What's going on, everybody? So today we're going to talk about something that I haven't even talked about yet. And that's how I do my close slap. You already know what day it is. It's Tutorial Thursdays. So to all the new subscribers, welcome to A Percussion Life. My name is Eric Perez. Some of y'all already know that we upload here and there every week. New vids, new things. Oh yeah. And if you haven't subscribed yet, just hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button. I promise you, we're gonna try to learn something new all the time, so just hop on. And to all my day ones, y'all already know. Man, I love y'all, all the comments, all the support. I can't get enough on saying that, man. I appreciate you guys. Especially today. Today is my birthday. Yeah, it is. My goodness. Woo! You know, like after, you hit 21, you tend not to want to celebrate your birthday anymore. Because then you realize life just gets harder. But for all you guys that are friends with me on Facebook and everybody on Instagram and Twitter, I appreciate all the love, all the messages y'all have sent me, wishing me happy birthday. And man, I'm just blessed by this community. I'm blessed by all you guys that I don't know, man. It's just this year has been such a roller coaster for me, and this channel in such a way has been a blessing because I got to meet a lot of you guys. I get to talk to a lot of you guys, message with a lot of you guys, and it's just awesome, man. And I really appreciate just everything that you guys give, and I don't know, I really appreciate it. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to a personal friend of mine. Her name is Natalie. She actually got me this, man, and it's like so freaking unbelievable that she made this for me from scratch. And it even has like the EP on it. Like this is some crazy stuff, man. And she surprised this to me about a couple weeks ago and said happy birthday to me. And I love coffee, so to have a coffee mug and drinking out of a Conga, and it kind of looks like my logo. Paul, man, I can't stop thanking you, dude. That has to be like the best logo ever. But yeah, man, this is just... But it's just great to... these are the thoughtful things people do for you, and it's a blessing. Natalie, I love you. Thank you so much. Our relationship is like the best, so I really appreciate this gift, man. Trust me, this goes up there. This goes way up there on the things that I've been given in life, and I'll cherish this forever. So how I do a close slap. Now, I had like a very controversial video about a year ago or so, little over a year ago, on how to do the perfect slap. That video probably has like the most hate and also the most love. I've gotten so much love from like people like Jimmy Morales, people like Eddie Montalvo, who I talk about in the video. I mean, a lot of like big names have reached out to me after that video. And it's just like crazy. And I also got a lot of hate from people saying that I don't know what I'm talking about, which is all good, because I really don't. I don't know nothing at all. We're all learning, and but it was just a topic in regards to slaps, because we're very critical when it comes to how we slap, our approach to slaps, and it was just what I think a lot of people needed to hear when it came to that topic. But how I slap, I do want to talk about how I go about trying to slap, trying to project, trying to avoid injury. Cause man, I see people, and yeah, man, you want to avoid injury. You want to avoid getting yourself hurt after a gig, cutting your hands, and like just really, really messing yourself up. I'll say this story. You have trial and you have error. And as growing up, I injured myself trying to slap. And I'll show you guys this because, this is just nasty, and I really don't want none of you guys to ever go through this, and it's just something that I had to go through, and I had to learn the hard way. And now, like, the way I slap is a way I avoid injury for me, for my style hands. But I'll show you what happened. So I'm not sure if you're able to see it from the camera, but my right thumb, this is my right hand, is lower than my left thumb. Yeah, ain't that ugly? I'm trying to tell you, it is unbelievably ugly, and I could spread it out, and it's still like way under here, way under there. So yeah, that's not a good look. I really don't like to talk about it, but basically, I slapped wrong. My joint kind of popped out, and I never popped it back in. It just healed that way and just stayed that way. Yeah, really don't want you guys to ever go through that pain and all that, man. It was crazy. But now I know, those are the first early years. Those are the issues when you try to teach yourself. You end up injuring yourself. So I do want you to understand there is a right hand positioning to try to avoid injury, and at the same time try to get the right sound. So I'm just going to show you how I approach it without injuries, okay? And this is going to be tough, but I hope you guys can hang along with me, all right? So it all goes about hand positioning. Like, your hand positioning is the most important. And I'll link it somewhere here, how I position my hands. And it's just helped me with the length of my hands, how I was able to project and learn this way. So what I do to learn how to do a close slap is basically I put my wrist where the rim is, where this hoop is, and I just lay it there. And I've talked about this in how I do an open slap. Again, I'll link that somewhere around here. But I try to move as less, at least around the drum, as possible. So I try to stay centered in one area. So I try to learn how to do an open slap in one place, a close slap, open tone, bass tone if possible, muff, like from one place. I try to practice that all the time, man. I try to stay in this one center unless it's absolutely necessary to move, or if I'm really feeling it, crazy or something. But yeah, so I put my wrist on this hoop here, and then basically I focus all my fingers to try to lock up. I try to do not a cuffing motion, but I call it the bridge. I call it like a bridge. So I try to do a bridge to just land on that. This is just how I try to practice the close slap. So I get that, I lift it up without moving my arm, I close it, just try to hit and land like a slap. Now, I'm not like pulling it back, I'm just landing. Because if you try to pull it back, some people do it that way, like they'll slap and they're, like that. But I try to just. Now, when you lift your hand up a little bit more to how you're going to slap, like I normally try to have my hand here, again, centered, like I always say. And then I try to just do it without any support of my left hand and just. I'm going to go back. It's crazy because I'm still doing the same wrist movement. It's in a different place, But because I'm exercising that way, I guess because basically I've worked these muscles practicing it this way, when I come here, that slap sounds a little bit more projected. What you want to avoid is cuffing it like this. Some people do it that way, and whatever floats your boat. But you're going to get injured. You're going to end up hurting. Like this side of your hand is gonna be a little bruised. Yeah, you may be able to get a nice little pop, but you're gonna pop your knuckle, or you're gonna pop your pinky off or something. So you want to be very, very, very careful how you're practicing that. Now, here's the benefit with how I am working it. Just because I move it this way doesn't cause me to cuff or risk any injury on this side. So I could literally go. Nothing has changed. My hand has not. I'm here. So whenever I'm playing like a tumbao, and let's say I want to move the slap and have a tighter slap, yeah. I mean, that's you have to practice that though, because it takes a while for your fingertips to develop, like taking that type of force. You want to have a nice little air pocket in between your fingers and your wrists, but not too much where it's causing you to like really like just mess up your hand. But I've seen people literally, they'll like take Pedrito Martinez for example. He slaps with a very spread out fingers, and he gets that sound. It's about getting the sound but trying to avoid injury. Sometimes I'll catch myself and I have to lift my finger. But you really want to practice that on both hands, okay? So now something that's very important is actually just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Just let your hand fall. Sometimes I'll catch myself literally, I'll look foolish and I'll just be like, it's because it's all about the wrist, man. It's all about flicking the wrist. It's all about really focusing on developing that wrist, developing those muscles, man. It's just as much as developing your hand, but it's all about the wrist. You don't slap like this. There's people that do, but and sometimes those are the people that end up really injuring themselves. If you're about it, you're about it. But I'm young, but I'm trying to make sure I play for a long time and really not injuring myself and killing my hands and, working more than I should. But if I develop my wrist to be able to have a fat and strong sound, this is 2mm thick heads, and I'm trying to get a nice, crisp, poppy sound out of it. So I want my hands to be able to develop on that. So Alrighty then. It's really hard to teach somebody how to do at least the way I close slap, simply because I'm not there in front of you. I do suggest you find a teacher that can help you make sure your hands are well, that you're not really hurting yourself, you know. You really want to make sure you avoid injury. But at the same time, be able to be projecting well and having that sound. It's a slap, and just remember, it's your sound. It is your sound. Don't let anybody tell you any different. It's your sound. And sometimes your sound may not be poppy enough, and that's okay. It's your fingerprint. It's who you are. It's what makes you as a player. So, yeah, man. All right, y'all. I really appreciate you guys. Again, thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. I'm going to go turn up. Oh, yeah. It is my birthday. Yeah, it is my birthday. All right, y'all. Y'all already know what to do. Like, subscribe. See you guys next week.